Good morning, or good day, or good evening, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to a Monday Doodle. Today I will be diving into a project, a new children's book that I have slowly started to work on after finishing the sketches for Me and My Temper Monster. And this children's book has a bit more difficult for me to start on, get cracking on, because I think that I've been doing so many projects. So once again, starting to invent things and get cracking on things. Hi there, Caterpillar. Good morning. So starting on a new project and starting to invent the characters and the whole universe is a big mouthful. So I think that's why I've been kind of postponing things. And this week is the deadline for creating some kind of sketches, actually also finished spreads for the children's book, and I have been postponing. So now I figured a Monday Doodle would be a good way for me to get cracking. So sometimes you just gotta do it without thinking too much. Do it. So I have already made some sketches for the character whose name is Kurt, and I can just show you the sketches before I'll show you what I'll be working on today. So let me just flip the camera. This is some sketches from my sketchbook where I've been doing a couple of different testing for Kurt. I've done way more than just these. But one sketch that came out really well, which I wanted to continue on, is this one of Kurt. And this one also. I'm actually very much doubtful which one of these to go with. And well, you can tell the expression is quite different, but there are some things going on with the top of his head here, and also the size of the pupils and also the nose. I don't know, it would be curious to know what kind of design you guys out there would choose. Would you go with the left one or the right one? Anyway, so these are the character designs, which are very important in the children's book, as in everything else media related communication. But another thing that's important is the environment. So on Caterpillar has already written, so left, you would go with the left one. Okay, yeah, interesting. That's also my favorite, actually. Yeah, we'll see where we end up. So the environment is equally important. And I have to think about what kind of environment it should be. And also style. I have to zoom in on a style. And this is where I also slowly have started to dive into stylistic choices. This is just a test. Another test is this one, where I try to play around with a bit more colored pencil look. And I do like that children's style of drawing the environment, which I kind of fall in love with that. That could be quite funny to mess around with the genre of, you know, kids playing with crayons or drawing with crayons, sorry. That could be quite fun. And Kurt is a bone, as you can tell. That's also been very interesting to work with a character which is a bone, because obviously he's kind of limited in his way of making gestures, so I have to take some liberties, making him more flexible. But he lives in a dog park, Kurt, which is one of the fun and dramatic things of the children's book, is that a bone who lives in a dog park. will be experiencing some difficulties. And what I'm doing now, what I'll be doing today, is use Google Maps to visit some dog parks and let myself be inspired of the environments in these dog parks. And I will try to maybe draw, I think, 5 things from dog parks. Maybe a bench, maybe a light pole, whatever we have, and then try to also incorporate a bit of stylistic choices in there. So it's interesting. Yeah, I'll get cracking soon, but first, very important. Cheers. Sorry about the noise. I'm making bread again this Monday. I'll flip so you can see my screen. I found this dog park here, and just want to check out the photos. What do we have? We have a bench, classic, and we have some grass here. Which could be interesting also to draw a bit of grass. Oh, here we have the snow. How a dog park looks in snow during the winter. That's not too bad. Look at that dog over there. We have this doorway up here. Oh, there comes a bird. Off again it goes. You know what? There's plenty of things to go with here. I'm gonna start with this one here. So I will be looking at the screen and then draw what I see. Okay. Just zoom in a bit here and go upwards. Let's start out with the fence because it's also a thing that matters. So just we have a fence, pole. I'm just gonna draw it from profile view, nothing fancy just now, and maybe a bit of texture here. So this is different than the color pencils, but you know, I'm just exploring right now. And then we would have a bit of fence going this way, and then somehow it goes over. I would have to zoom in to see how the details are. And it goes over there. Oh, this is why I love the Monday doodles, because I just get started. I don't have the chance to think about it. Everything is not perfect, and I'm just happy to get cracking. We have some bushy things down here. That's also very good detail. So if you notice here, down there we have these grass, and obviously this is because it hasn't been cut, and that's a really nice detail that I can use to make things more believable. Even though it's a children's book, you always gotta have some kind of logic that makes the universe more believable. So grass popping up and then becomes smaller maybe, and then it goes up again. And we could go here. Just finish this fence here. And then comes what's the word for it? I can't remember the word for it in English. It's not a door. This pen is a really nice pen from the brand Tombow. And this specific pen I'm drawing here with is Fudenosuke. And down here it says water-based pigment and soft tip. So they have different variations of it. They also have some ones that's more like a brush essentially. But yeah, they're really nice to draw with. And one of the things I love about brush pens is when they get worn out. So you get this scribbly feel to it. So yeah, the lower here, we call it in Danish. It goes around maybe here to be able to. And then we have the over here. Other pole. And then the actual thing that's behind this one. And let's just see one that crosses diagonally. And then we have these a bit thinner. And on the back of that, another board that crosses. And then notice that there are absolutely no grass here because this is where people used the entrance, so it's all trodden down here, the grass. There we go, that was the entrance to Kurt's dog park. It's very possible. So I'm just gonna slide here to see what else we have of pictures. Not much more to go for here. So I will continue my journey. I know there's a dog park close to where I live, so let's just find that. There's actually multiple. But here, it's so smart because in Google Maps, there's this little fella down here. This guy here, yellow guy. I can just move him to wherever I want. So wait, here is the dog park, so I just drop him off. And there we go. I can just go over here. And this is the dog park, which I can now study. So what I thought was definitely the bench. And I'll also let myself be inspired by the terrain, the little hill here. So I'll draw the bench now. You can even zoom in. Look how much I can zoom in. It's quite incredible. Yes, let's draw that one. Try to see if I can draw it a bit in perspective. So how does it go? I can't really see here from this side. Move a bit closer here. Okay. So there's definitely a thing that goes down here. Then we have the places where you can sit. So here. Likewise. Up there. And this one continues all the way up here, following this line up there. Okay, and then we have the, what are those? Yeah, beneath these ones. Big board that supports the place where you're seated. And then we have this board here that goes down. Then grass. Actually quite complicated to draw this bench here because all of these shapes here intertwining. But I think we are almost there. There's even like a little detail here on the top of the table where people can sit and barbecue. That would be maybe a fun detail for later on also. That was a bench. I saw a waste bin over here. I think I'm going to also draw the waste bin. Oops. Waste bin there. I think this will be the last one that I draw. These things here that goes around. And then we have these wooden planks, quite thin. And then we have the lid on top of it. And showing maybe some of the other things. I might want to add some color on that one, just for fun. Could draw a little version of Kurt down here. Asleep. But it's really good inspiration to use Google Maps, because on this reference here that I'm using, I can see that it's late summer, because I can see that the leaves are starting to fall off, so we are turning to fall. And the other picture we just saw in the beginning with the dogs and the fence, that was winter. So it's cool to see the different seasons. That could be a thing also for the children's book to use. Now this illustration here becomes more of a vignette. And just by I come to think of that, it could also be an idea to go for a more vignette style for some of the drawings. And let's go for a brown one for the tree on the bin. is this indigo? Yeah, we can use that in between. But as you can tell, something went wrong here, I can tell. There are many stylistic choices to go with. Should I do the outlining with the brush pen, or should it be with a pencil, or should there be no outline at all? I could also do it digitally. I'm very much wondering to do that. So I'm not finished at all. Maybe this casts a shadow also, so let's do a bit of shading here. Casting a shade over Kurt also. He's asleep. Okay, so that was 3 objects from 2 different locations using Google Maps. Now I think I'll just spend the rest of the day doing different stylistic experiments to see if I can maybe nail this style. That would be awesome. Thank you for tuning in, and till next time, have fun drawing, and remember to drink something warm during the day. It's good for your soul.